All right, look, I want to start this video off by sending my condolences out to the family of the victims and to the victims. We already know what happened out in Stockton, California. I kind of spoke on it, but I obviously didn't really get into it because I was talking about something else. And with more information coming out, not only just on social media throughout the past few days, but just, talking to the people that I talk to that I know more about the situation. Actually being from Stockton, one of them knowing the people that was involved as far as on the victim side, not the other side. It's an unfortunate situation, and it shouldn't have happened, but from time to time things like this does happen. We ain't really heard about it to this magnitude, at least not in a long time, maybe in the 80s or something like that. But with social media, everything is magnified. So within the past few days, or maybe yesterday, after the mass shooting took place, there's a video circulating of these dudes. I believe they from North Stockton, where they are. And one of the individuals is talking about a post that I don't know if it was, I think it was EBK Lil Play, or it could have been EBK Lebo, but I believe it was EBK Lil Play, who's currently incarcerated for his own unaliving. He's sitting in the county jail right now. And somebody posted on his Instagram where he basically said, like, hey, kids and all that ain't cool. Like, that ain't it. And basically, I don't know if the EBK members was getting thrown in the mix, because he said, man, we all in jail. Like, don't put that on us. We don't even get down like that. So the North Stockton member is basically like, oh, he sound like a B word, and we condone all that. And to me, just trying to overcompensate and sound too tough. That ain't tough. That ain't gangster. That ain't none of that, homie. I don't know who raised you, or who raised you to think that was cool. That ain't it. You supposed to get your man. All this innocent people and thinking that that's cool or that's a stripe, that's PC activities, buddy. Now, I will say this. I have heard songs where Lebo and J-Bo have said things basically like not caring about them kids. So, now, I don't know if that was just for shock value. I would hope that was for shock value. Shouldn't have said it at all, but, whatever. It's entertainment. But like I said, back to this dude. I believe that's the dude, Wante, that J-Bo then talked about spanking plenty of times. I don't know if he did or he didn't. I'm just saying what he said. He didn't rapped about standing over this dude and in 10, 20 different songs. Then said his name. Go ask Wante from the tribe. He gonna tell you I get busy. He didn't say his name, especially on that last album, Reaper. If you heard it, you didn't heard Wante. And he got like a weird walk now. And let them tell it, you and your homies ain't getting no get back. That ain't none of my business. I'm just saying, you should be focused on that as opposed to laughing at some innocent kids and some women getting hit. 19 people got hit. Not one of them was the people that was intended. And let me say this. The dude, Wante, that's his name, he said, we condone that. He said, we ain't saying we did it, but we condone that. So I'm not saying they did that either. I'm just saying whoever did that. Now, the people intended was MB Neil, another Stockton rapper, viral, from Muddy Boys / Fly Boys. I believe Dougie 3Z, a Fly Boy. It was a bunch of members out there. I don't know how 19 innocent people get hit. That's bad. You ain't hit nobody. You ain't hit not one person you were supposed to hit. Either way, shooting up a 2-year-old party is bunk. But maybe if 10 of those 19 people was the actual intended targets and then the other people was casualties, like, damn, that's fucked up. But they told them niggas up, but damn, that's foul. You know what I mean? Y'all ain't hit not one. Only person who was some type of member was the 21-year-old who passed away. And he was in North Daniel. And that's a fact. I even got the picture of the dude. That he was in North Daniel, who had nothing to do with that beef, but was obviously cool enough to be at that party. And from what I heard, and obviously he's no longer here, so I mean, can't nothing happen to him. I mean, he got jiggy. To his last breath, he got jiggy. Didn't have nothing to do with it. Was just there. Got hit. I don't know if that's gonna bring his hood into the beef, but yeah, like I said, y'all ain't hit not one person. They got. The police went and they gaffling everybody up. They went and even got Dougie 3Z or 3s, however. Obviously, he didn't do nothing, but he was on ankle monitor. The Stockton police, and they snatching everybody up. So I think he just on a violation or whatever right now. That's pathetic, homie. Now, I will say this. The dude Nano, who I don't know if it was his niece party. I think she's one of the little 4-year-old, whatever, that passed away. Rest in peace to her. Nano said in a song, either it was Nano or it was Bands, they cousins. Nano said, chase him down, something about don't give a F about them kids. Now, to my knowledge, there was a 500 member or townhome member, whatever. I believe it's the same, but it's different. North Stockton member who was gunned down in front of his kids. If he said that, you reap what you sow. If you said that in a song about something happening to somebody else while he was with his kids and you basically condoning it, the power of the tongue is undefeated. So, and obviously I don't agree with the North Stockton members, but if something happened to they homie similar, he with his kids, and y'all didn't care, not saying y'all, but whoever did it didn't care, and then it get rapped about in the song, and then something happened to y'all and y'all kids, and then they don't care, it's foul on both sides. But I mean, you can't tell somebody how to take disrespect. And that's the problem with people nowadays. People want to disrespect you and then dictate how far it goes after that. Somebody will disrespect you and be like, they'll disrespect you to the max and then be like, well, we could just get down. Who the fuck is you to tell me how far I'm finna go with what you just did? Or what you just said? Like, that's niggas' problem. Like, I see people do that all the time. They disrespect each other on the internet and be like, well, we could just get in the ring. Like, the audacity of these people, homie. Everybody don't want to play like you. You only wanted to go this far because you have an agenda. But when you play with somebody else, you don't know how far they willing to take it when y'all cross paths. So If he said that and that really happened, and then now it happened to you and people is laughing, like I said, it's foul on both sides. But it's kind of like you put that into the atmosphere. Now, I believe the little girl was Nano's niece. I don't know if it was her birthday or whatever, but that was his niece, the 4-year-old. It's a shame that people is promoting this type of stuff, because the young people coming up under you is going to think that that's cool, not knowing that there ain't nothing cool about that, homie. And I don't see these dudes walking no type of main line, homie. This got national coverage, and the feds are stepping in. They finna be lining up to tell on y'all, homie. That's just the reality of the situation. Let's not beat around the bush. They finna work overtime, and everybody finna tell on y'all. I don't know how many people was involved. I know that I seen a clip where it was a lady explaining, about her son, and it's on the news. You probably can find it on the internet. I'm running late this morning. I got stuff to do. I was going to insert the clips in here. I ain't got time for that. I wanted to get y'all this content. And she was like, she basically issued a warning. She said, if you know anything, tell on them. I think that was her son, the 14-year-old. She said, if you know anything, tell on them. She said, you're not a rat because the people who did it ain't no gangster. She said this on the news. And you right, they not no gangsters. There was nothing gangster about that. That's like saying that somebody who walk into a movie theater or a Walmart and just start spraying innocent people was gangster. That's equivalent to what happened. Now, you had the father of the 14-year-old, he on the news and he's explaining it. And he said he turned around, he saw the individual. So he got some type of description. I don't know if the dude was covered up, most likely. He said he turned around, he seen the dude, and before he could even blink, oh boy whipped out and got cracking. So everybody scattering, whatever. He said he jumped over the counter or table or something like that. And then he said he saw his son crawling on the ground. I guess he had grabbed like his other son. I guess he got a younger son. He saw his son crawling on the ground. So he said he jumped back over. And his son was trying to get up and he couldn't get up. He said he was shot above his heart. And he was trying to breathe. And he said he had blood coming out of his face. This is on the news. Y'all can see, this is how he explained it. He break down crying, homie. He said he had blood coming out of his face and he was trying to breathe and he was trying to give him CPR. And these dudes is laughing at that, homie. This dude had nothing to do with nothing. Absolutely nothing to do with nothing. Shout out to the homie Straight Lace No Chase. He had did a segment on his Instagram. Like I said, he don't really upload on YouTube. He was saying how niggas need to start putting belt to ass on their homies about all this disrespect, because that's where it starts. Y'all disrespecting everybody. Y'all disrespecting the dead. Like I said, Nano said that line. Either him or Bands said that line in that song, and now it came back full circle. Now, I'm not saying that what they said was okay, because if you're saying you'll do something to somebody in front of their kids and you don't care about them kids, it's foul. I don't condone that either. But doing something to somebody in front of their kids and not harming the kids is not the same as doing something to the kids. They both foul. I don't condone neither one of them. I'm reiterating that. But me doing something to you and not harming the kids is not the same as targeting the kids. They both foul. I don't respect neither one of them. But putting that type of energy out there like that's cool and that's acceptable and that's how the streets is. It's not, bro. I can promise you that these dudes is not walking no main line. And if you try, it's gonna be bad. If you don't believe me, look at what I said in the beginning of the video about EBK Lil Play posting that was not cool. He is in there for allegedly something on a flyboy. These people who were targeted are flyboys / mud brothers. These is his sworn enemies, as well as the North. These is his sworn enemies. And he said, hey, that ain't cool. So that lets you know how the general population feels about that type of act. Whether they get along with that section or not, that ain't cool. So you think you finna go into a module and niggas is gonna be okay with that? It don't matter where niggas is from. Niggas is not cool with that. So for this dude, like I said, to get on the internet and be like, we condone all that as if that's tough. And you walking around here handicapped from getting spanked up allegedly by J-Bo. He says, I'm telling you, he didn't. If y'all don't listen to J-Bo, go listen. This nigga done talked about shooting Wante, didn't said his name. He done talked about popping this nigga 10, 20 different times on record. That's not what I'm saying. That's what the man said himself. Multiple, whether he taking credit for somebody else shit or not, I'm just telling you. He done said, go ask this nigga. They did a hood vlog in North Stockton. You see him walking all like, you can't even run if the shots pop off. But you popping it. You want to be the face of disrespect when you've been disrespected to the max. A nigga that made you a victim and made you famous for talking about you being a victim. If anybody listen to J-Bo, you know this nigga name because J-Bo then talked about victimizing this nigga, and he on here bragging about some innocent kids and shit getting shot. You's a bitch. I don't give a fuck who feel how they feel. Hoodie Hood, East Side Rolling 40 Neighborhood Crip said that nigga's a bitch. Whoever raised you is a bitch. The streets is different, homie. I ain't even gonna say that because it is. Well, the streets is different, but that's not normal. That's not an everyday thing. That's why it's getting national coverage like this. If it was an everyday thing, the feds wouldn't be stepping in. It wouldn't be all of it. Man, they seeing this news in New York and all kind of other places who probably don't even know nothing about Stockton because it's not normal. Not that type of shooting. But getting on the internet and stamping that is telling the young homies that that's what they need to do to rise up in this bullshit ass gang world that we participate in. And that's the quickest way to end your career. You feeding niggas bad information saying we condone that. Whoever your homies is need to beat your ass. And find another handicapped nigga to fuck cuz up. Listen, like the homie said, niggas need to start taking y'all in the backyard and beating the brakes off of y'all, homie, because y'all doing all this disrespecting on camera. As soon as y'all get on these vlogs, as soon as y'all get on these songs, y'all say the most shock value things, and those have real consequences, whether you mean it or not, homie, whether you just trying to go viral. He viral right now for that, for saying that. once again, man, rest in peace to the victims. Rest in peace to the victims' I send my condolences to the victims' family. That ain't never cool. You know what I'm saying? Nowhere. That ain't never cool. We'll see how this plays out, man. You know, it is what it is. It didn't already happen, man. You know, as more comes out, obviously, you know, I'll keep y'all updated. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. I'm out.